Hey everybody! So it's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. It's 9 o'clock! Woo! My alarm is going off. It is time to say hello. This is the last. Okay, it feels kind of creepy to say this because I've been in this house for 7.5 years, almost like 8 years. Oh, it's like tears right here. Anyways, needless to say, last night I'll be in this house next week. We're in our new spot. I'm so excited. You'll see like mint green in the back in the new place, not here. Needless to say, it's a beautiful, beautiful situation. I'm so stupid excited to be able to have this ready for you. I know it's one of those things. I'm so excited to be able to move to a new place. I don't exactly know what next week's going to look like, but there's going to be mint green in the background. I know. It's hilarious. Kaylee Rain will be there. So we'll have our beautiful situations. I keep renaming my spiders who like to hold hands, obviously. So I'm not sure if this is like George or Fred or Bob. I don't know. So we've got spiders. Because next week will be our Halloween edition. So I will have a costume on. Thank you. Because Halloween will literally be the day before, right? And I will have Sylvia because Sylvia is always a part of my life. Always. She goes my Christmas tree, actually. I know. I have a thing for spiders. Don't message me and be like, you're strange. I know this already. It's okay. You don't have to tell me I'm strange. I already know this. It's okay. I promise. But anyways, needless to say, you are at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. It is a beautiful time to be in the neighborhood. Welcome to my neighborhood, my strange, weird neighborhood. But it's all right. It's okay. So we're going to have a great time tonight. I'm very excited about tonight. I have a wonderful guest on. I know, it's a beautiful time to have a guest. So you guys come on. Let's have a great time of just absolutely welcoming our guest on. But first, we're going to listen to some amazing music. I told you, amazing music. So first we have Into Tomorrow by Doug Fox. And then we have Driveway. By the way, okay, it's going to be corny it's just going to be corny. Okay? This is a dad joke, but I don't care. Why do they call it a driveway when you park on it? Okay. Don't hurt me. Please don't send me bad mail. And needless to say, it's Driveway by Starlight Riot. Oh, Starlight Riot. We had them on last week, and I felt like Starlight Riot. You know, you should it's like a club you should go to called Starlight Riot. Needless to say. And then we have Into Tomorrow. No, sorry, that happened already. Then we have The Gale by Celtic Rain. Oh my gosh, that's my group. Yay. If you know what The Gale is from, then you're old enough to know what The Last of the Mohicans is. It's called an eye candy movie, people. I'm just saying. Needless to say, it's a gorgeous movie. The song is wonderful, and we actually did have permission to record it. We just had to change one tiny little part that belonged to Warner Brothers, and we do not have that part. So, needless to say, thank you guys so much for being here. I am so excited to let you guys get to know a Motionless Parodox. They're going to be on later. Yay! It's actually just one guy, so it's not a they. Although it might be, because I don't know the pronouns yet. We will totally get to know that. But some great music until then. I'm just saying. It's a wonderful thing. I know. I have to say about this show, we have some amazing music. And you guys ready for some music? Here we go.
Sightings of the unknown cutting lazy circles round my head, just John, Tom, and me. And I'm hanging on to every word they said. Lady Luck, she sprinkles me with pixie dust. The sweet smell of eternity, she whispers softly in my ear. But she chooses her words carefully. Her thoughts and prayers of yesteryear, the culmination of sin, choice and chance, introduce me to the infinite. Am I the master of my fate, the victim of circumstance? It won't be long before the moment melts into tomorrow. And this chance to take a chance to take nothing for granted could be the last chance to sing loud like a song before the moment just slips away into tomorrow, into tomorrow. 1,000 roads merge into the vertical, a desperate blur of conformity. I stand prone in defenseless hesitation, at an impasse with destiny. The prophets, politicians, and profiteers compete for my attention span, and I feel as if the world might hang in the balance. Where I choose to take a stand, dreaming on and moving on can change your point of view. The names still fit the face they wear. Is it the lady or the tiger? It's a game of cosmic truth or dare. It won't be long before the moment melts into tomorrow. This chance to take a chance to take nothing for granted, last chance to sing, laugh like a song before the moment just slips away into tomorrow, into tomorrow. boxes, watching your shadow on the blinds. I can't wait, I got time to talk about the times we set up, watching the satellites cross the sky. You and I with our clothes off, driving so cracked, so they think it needs repeat. Driving, I'm cracked, broken silence is sweet.
Gotta love the Gale, right? I mean, it's just one of those songs that you kind of think about later. We play this quite often at our concerts, and it's a time when people can just get lost in the music. I love being able to just get lost in the music. Yeah, so if you are in the Indy area, just so you know, next this coming Saturday, um, uh, the Irvington Halloween Festival is happening, and then we are playing at Blackacre Brewery. Wah, wah, from 6:30 to 7:30. Come see us. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I did have to show you something before I bring my beautiful guest on. So my son is running away from me 7 minutes before the show starts. You ready for this? This is what children do. 7 minutes before the show starts, he's running away from me. He's like, "Yeah, mom, yeah, yeah, yeah," and he won't show me what's in front of his body because he's running away. And I'm like, "Show me what you have." He got this out of the freezer, people, out of the freaking freezer. The child's like, "I didn't know these were in there." And I'm like, "Dude, get real food." And he's like, "But they're real chocolate." And I'm like, mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, if you have kids, you understand the plight of what I'm going through. Needless to say, so when you're in the middle of moving and your child decides to raid the freezer for the chocolate chips, you know my pain. You know my pain. But it just brings on beautifulness because it's chocolate. So who knows? We do have though on a beautiful guest, and we get to say hello and bring them on. So hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm kind of scared following that song. I don't want to get thrown off a cliff.
Why would you get thrown off a cliff?
I don't know. That's what I remember, that song being part of the movie where people are getting tossed off cliffs and stuff.
Oh my gosh. So it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. I knew it was in the movie, but I didn't know that they were throwing people
Yeah, it
off.
was like a fight scene at the end of the movie or close to the end of
Uh,
the movie, and
yes.
people are getting tossed off the cliff, and it was just kind of like, oh, that's how this is
Yes,
going?
I'm gonna
I'm
throw
gonna get
you
tossed
off the
off a
cliff
cliff. So
completely. Yeah, no. We're not about complete violence here,
now, do
just
you guys do that live at the
little
show? Do
bits
you
of
guys toss
violence
people
here and
off the
there.
stage?
No, we do not. That would be
Oh,
hilarious.
I was going to
No,
come to Indy to travel all the way from Indy from Texas
and
just
now
to
you
see that.
know. Now you know you will get tossed off a cliff if you come to Indy. No. We only have a small bit of violence in our show where I get to. There's a song called "Rocky Road to Dublin." I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Anyways,
No, I
and
have
so
not heard that one.
Samuel plays the song and sings about Rocky Road to Dublin, and in the song in the chorus it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the rocky road and then whack for all de raw. And I'm like, this is the part where you get to smack people. And so like I'm like, you need to ask permission, but smack people. And then I get to walk around the crowd with my mallet and I actually hit people. So we only have a small bit of violence
Uh,
in our shows, just enough to bring people back.
we should bring
Just
somebody up
enough.
on stage for that one and then push them off the stage.
Yes. Oh my
Full
gosh.
reenactment.
Now that I know, that is definitely going to be part of the show. There you go. It is got to be. So, hi, how you doing? How's your
I'm
mom
doing
and your
great.
people? That's awesome. So where in the country are you located? Where are you located in the
I am
world?
located in League City, Texas. It's a little
Oh.
town between Houston and Galveston. So we're about a
Oh,
half hour from Houston, half hour from Galveston,
well,
right on the coast of
I
the
know where
Gulf of Mexico,
I
here
know
in
where
this
both of
beautiful
those
part of
are,
Texas.
so somehow I could find you. I'm just saying.
I live in it's what it sounds like, a superhero city, League City. It's like,
Big
expect
city.
superheroes to drive by and stuff,
You
but
know, I've
no.
decided I never actually want to live in a superhero city because they're always getting attacked, like
Yeah,
always. Like it's a horrible situation. I'm like, if I move into a city and I'm like, there's a superhero here, I'm just gonna be like, sorry, yeah, no, can't live here. No, can't happen. No, because that's like prime for like whatever, like somebody's going to get attacked. There's going to be some bad stuff happening there.
Yeah,
No,
the little
Spider-Man.
town here at about 9, 10 o'clock at night, everything's pretty much closed. So if you want to go to dinner, you gotta go early.
Oh, it's that kind of town.
Or you drive
Got it.
into Houston. You can drive into Houston for dinner.
Or
It's a
just
half
drive
hour
into.
drive. But
Oh,
yeah, you around
see,
here, yeah, you're gonna need to get your dinner on kind of early.
so it's all. So what you're telling me is it's not for like regular superheroes. It's for the
Yeah, it's the
retired.
retired folks. They go to League
This
City.
is this is the retirement home for superheroes. We'll
Yeah.
be fine. Yes, nice, nice. So tell me, what is your musical background? How did you get started in music?
Ooh. I kind of grew up playing keyboards a little bit. In high school, I played cello. Went into the army, took a 4 year break of not really doing any music whatsoever. Got out and got into the entertainment industry as an audio engineer, and through that, picked up various instruments. Working for bands that didn't have a guitar tech, learned to play guitar. Didn't have a drum tech, learned to play drums, and kind of just expanded from there and just kind of got into writing and composing music along the way.
Nice. So when did you start composing music then?
Shortly after I got out of the, I would say 95, 96 is when I actually first started actually writing songs. Um, and there's some doozy bad ones from back then. Whoa, there's some rough ones.
I know.
I'd
I
like to
look at
keep
my old
those
songs.
stashed away for no one to
Oh my god.
hear, but you might be able to
Right, right.
find them on the internet if you go
Oh.
dig, but probably not a great idea.
I remember when I was younger, I started writing when I was like 3 or 4, music and just like songs here and there because I'm a vocalist. So it's like, yeah, let's write songs, right? Um, and I remember some of them, and I found a book with like my 7-year-old self songwriters, right? And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. I would never sing that, but that's so sweet. It's like, oh, like if I saw a child's notebook full of these songs, I'd be like, that's the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. Of course, they're
When they're,
horrible, but
oh, that's
but they're
so
so
awesome. Oh
pretty.
God, that's horrible. Oh, that's really,
That's
oh,
so
that's bad.
I can see potential. I can see potential, like potential, potential. So it's like, like, oh, but there's been a few. I'm like, that wasn't a bad line. I'm gonna keep that line for later. You know, so I do understand that. I remember writing a song in college for a friend because I was like, it's their birthday. I need to write them something for their birthday. And do you this is hilarious. This is like 95, 96, right about the time you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah. So like I took my tape player recorder because I had one of those, right? And I like recorded my voice, and then I would like record on another tape because I had the dual tape player. Uh, and I would record like instruments over here, and then I like would push play over here and then record it on. Do you remember this?
Oh
Record
yeah,
it
no,
onto the other tape and then record, and I just kept like layering. It's crazy to think about those.
after about the third or fourth round, you really can't hear the original music. It's just kind of
No,
there.
it's the most beautiful thing in the world because you're just like, that was so amazing. And you're like, your eyes are like, wow, the process. And now it's like,
I'm just that much
holy,
closer to a record deal. Oh
so good.
yeah.
So close, so close. Right. So what was your first like technical encounter where you're like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm actually making music.
Um, well, I started off as a stagehand, and I actually kind of had a mentor that I followed around for a couple of years, training under him and following him around doing gigs and that kind of stuff. It wasn't until the first time I was actually mixing a show was kind of like, oh wow, I'm really doing this. I'm really a professional.
Oh my
And it's
god, this
it's
is
just kind of like,
amazing.
no, you're just like every other guy running sound for a cover band or
Yeah.
on the club. And it
Nice.
just, but you think, man, like, oh, this is so wonderful. But
I know. I'm so great. I'm a musician now.
ah,
I'm making music. And you're like, great. It's
yeah.
so funny.
I've
That's awesome.
had some embarrassing gigs. I played in a cover band, played keyboards in a cover band, where most of the gigs, people would come up after the show, go, dude, I couldn't even hear you at all on the keyboards. And I'm
You're
just
like,
like,
oh,
hey.
thanks.
And the singer and the bass player would have me buried down in the music enough no one could hear me. But it's like,
Yeah.
well, why am I in the band then?
Or why do those people have to come up and say that? Like, there's no reason. Like, there's
Yeah.
none. There's none.
Good
So
times, though. Good times.
good times. Well, and that's learning experiences, though. You go from there and you learn and you grow and you're like, oh, right. Yeah, balance is a good thing. and you learn. Oh, right. We need to turn that down. But guitarists are guitarists. They're always like,
Oh
my
yeah.
guitar should be louder. No, it shouldn't.
No. Just relax. You'll get there.
Relax. I promise people can hear you. I promise.
My solo wasn't loud enough. Well,
It
that's
wasn't loud
okay.
enough. It's never loud. So you go from 1995, 96, and what happens from there musically?
I recorded probably the first album of one of the projects that I'm still doing now. Started recording in the studio, actually putting a full album together and releasing an album, and then it just kind of goes from there, working with different singers and different lineups of people, and it just kind of keep it going, recording and writing and recording and writing, hoping something will work.
Yeah. And then you get to a place though that you have an album and you put it out. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes when you put an album out, it's like, okay, here's my child. Please don't hate it.
It has a life of its own.
And you're just, you kind of watch it, kind of go into the world and you go, okay, yeah, you're doing okay. You're doing all right. It's going to be okay. So how many albums have you actually created?
Not well. See, I'm impatient in doing an album. To hold on to that much music for any period of time and then release it is one thing. I'm like the kid that can't wait to open up gifts on Christmas Day. It's like, no, I just finished a song. Here, have it. Oh, here, just finished a song. Here, have it. It's like, well, I'll call that a collection, an album, but usually I just kind of, as things go, just put it out because
Nice.
Waiting for the whole album to be like, oh no, you can't listen to this. No, you can't listen to this until it's all done.
Yes. So you have so you're more like a like a bird who comes and feeds its babies. You're like, here.
Yeah, I gotta constantly, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, I can understand that. So when you're doing your albums, what are you playing on them? Are you playing most of the instruments?
I pretty much played most of the stuff, and it's kind of in the early years back when I was playing with a full band, I was just playing synths and drums. We had a couple guitar players, bass player, and singer. And over time, it just some people would leave, we'd get new people, and kind of fill in the gaps on who's not in the band at the moment.
Right.
And so just kind of it manifested that way. I prefer working with a singer. I personally don't like my voice. My wife loves my voice, but it's kind of I don't know. I think most singers are probably that way. It's like I don't like how my voice sounds.
It depends. It depends on the day. It depends on the day and the song. Because you get to a place as a singer, you're like, oh, there's a ring that happens, a beautiful ring, and you're just like, oh, yeah. And you kind of get in that zone. I don't know if you've ever been in the zone and you're just like, I'm
being a mix engineer
good right now. I'm really good. Like you feel like, yes, I could do this for the rest of my life. And you just kind of sit there in the zone and go, I could live here forever.
Being a recording and mix engineer, I hear all the flaws, and I usually think to myself, I can fix that when I'm done recording it. I can fix that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can
He
fix
listens.
that. And it's like, no, I got to re-record that. No, re-record it. Be like, can I live with that? No, I got to re-record that. I'll fix that part. Oh, it's a little bitty. I'm a little
That's the
off there.
perfectionist. The
You know.
perfectionist should never take over. Never let the perfectionist take over.
Oh,
Always be like, you know what? It's okay to have a few flaws here and there
oh,
because that makes it
I
natural.
really worked hard at that. Really worked hard at not trying to like, oh no, that note's got to be perfect. It'd be like, no, it's
Yeah.
got to be. There's got to be some flaws there, and if it doesn't, it
Yes.
doesn't have feeling. It's got to have
Exactly. It
feeling.
has to be real. There has to be some realness. All right. So we're going to listen to a song called Introspection. Tell me about this song.
I wrote that song at the very beginning of the the pandemic lockdown. We're just kind of going through a little bit of depression because of the lockdown. My wife and I had just relocated down here to Texas a week before lockdown.
Oh my gosh.
We're from Louisville, Kentucky, so we've moved kind of across the country.
Kind of.
We don't know anybody down here
Across the
other
country.
than my boss. That's the only person I knew here. And didn't know anybody. All of our families back in Louisville. And yeah, kind of that little bit of depression kind of kicks in because we can't go anywhere. We're stuck in the house.
Yeah.
It's myself, my wife, and both of my kids that are, 19, 20 years old. So that at that age, their parents are uncool at that age.
Yeah, you're not
so,
cool, mom and dad.
Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of depression kind of get in. But the gist of the song, because I had several other people ask me about this song, who is it about? And it's kind of like, well, listen to the song thinking about looking at yourself in the mirror, because that's kind of the context of the song was myself looking at myself in the mirror, and that's kind of what the kind of the song, of the perspective of the song is about. Kind of, hey, this is really rough business with the pandemic. So
yeah,
that's
the pandemic kicked all of our butts, I'll have to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, so looking in a mirror during the pandemic is not always fun. You're going to see a lot of sweatpants.
Yeah.
Sweatpants.
It was just kind of, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what have I done? I dragged my family down here for this. But
yeah.
It's worked out great.
Well, there you go. There you go. Okay, we're still going to listen to this and have a few more songs. You can do a little chair dancing with us. Always remember, it's always, side to side. It's the white boy dance. If nothing else, do the white boy dance. Needless to say.
I will try. No guarantee, but I will try.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk to you in just a minute. All right.
Will do.
Sounds good. All right, guys. So we are going to listen to Introspection by Motionless Parodox. And then we're going to listen to Fairy King and the Miller's Daughter. That sounds like a very fun night. By Brian Henke. And then we're going to listen to Stockholm Maybe by Old Gods. Some great music coming your way. I'm telling you. I know it is what it is. If you guys have any questions for our guest of the evening, please ask. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous time, and I cannot wait for you guys. Cannot wait for you guys to hear this. You guys ready? Okay. Here we go.
Lied to me, and I fairy king and miller's daughter, dancing with the clouds, in a song of wind on water, as the willow bows. Spirit, lamb away. In between sun and shadow, you can see them dance. Oak and flower in the garden, spinning in a trance. Spirit, them away forever and a day. The fairy king and miller's daughter on their wedding day, sighing wind and children's laughter, a wedding of the fae. Spirit, them fire and air, earth and water, a wedding of the fae. Dance and sing forever after, forever and a day. Spirit, them away. Spirit, them I'm the king of numbers, I'm the count of arbitrage. I run the Monte Carlo method, I have an entourage. I press the keys, and all the money falls off the edge of the world. Can I get some more than that? My little addictions are grinding me down. I'm trying real hard to turn my frown upside down. Got to get a ticket, let's get out of here, baby. Somewhere sophisticated, Stockholm, maybe. Told me you have to be cruel to be good. The same rule always applies, be it work, sex or food. You've got to hide your eyes, ignore the consequences. Put your hands deep into your pockets, 'cause you know it's going to be expensive. My little addictions are grinding me down. I'm trying real hard to turn my frown upside down. Got to get a ticket, let's get out of here. martinis in a Stockholm Bay. Started out bad, but it's turned out okay. My Swedish is fluent, I'm really well read. All the ladies said I was great in bed. Well, hell no. Got me ziplocked to a radiator in a filthy part of town. I can't remember, I'm in a bit of a state. Everything's locked down and it's way too late. Got no one else to blame. It's what I imagined that I wanted. Outside the snow falls lightly, silent white, but definitely haunted. My little addictions are grinding me down. I'm trying real hard to turn my frown upside down. Got to get a ticket, let's get out of here, baby. Somewhere sophisticated, Stockholm maybe. My little addictions are grinding me down. I'm ready to exit this godforsaken town. Got to get a ticket, let's get out of here, baby. Somewhere sophisticated, Stockholm, baby.
Well, you know, sometimes it's just about those sophisticated Stockholm babies. I'm just saying. Actually, it seems like those probably have some interesting tales to tell. Tales to tell, I'm just saying. Needless to say, thank you so much for being here. We are going to listen to a little bit more songs. My beautiful, beautiful son has brought me food. Thank you, child, for bringing me food. Sustenance is a beautiful thing. Sustenance. No, this is not for you. It's my sustenance. It's mine. Needless to say, we're going to listen to some beautiful, beautiful music. If you want to send me music, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. That's like rain out of the sky. All you have to do is be family friendly, man. It's small label, independent artist, and family friendly. Meaning, don't curse, don't make fun of people. Oh my gosh, here's one for the books, right? Don't make a joke and make it about a race, because it's not funny. Yay, never funny. I don't care what race it is. That's called racism. Don't be stupid. Needless to say, if you want to send me great music, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com and I will play it. I play all kinds of music. It's amazing that way. We're going to listen to some other great music. Kill Something Today. Number 1. is coming up next by Dole Robinson. Then we have The Fall of the Airship Sultria. I'm probably saying that wrong because I am bad with words because I have dyslexia. Yay. By Victor Sierra, who I love more than life itself at this moment. Then we have Dear Jesus by me. That's right. So this is one of my first songs that I recorded. Actually, it is, yeah. Needless to say, I've been recording since I was like 7, but on other people's albums. So this is one of the first songs I recorded that was mine. Thank you very much. And I did it with a group out of college. That was my Black gospel singing group that I sang with. And so it's a letter to God. Yay. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing with a wonderful saxophone player that is my friend. I was like, get on there and just like do some beautiful sax music, man. Don't hurt on me. It was the 90s. It was the day of the saxophone. I'm just saying. And if you want to know any more, all you have to do is watch The Lost Boys and the sexy saxophone player. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm just saying. So I am a child of the 80s and 90s. That's just the way it is. But yeah, so needless to say, I wrote this gorgeous song and it has a beautiful sax solo on it from my friend who just got on and did gorgeous stuff, and I'm very proud of him for it. Needless to say, actually, his saxophone playing is a lot better than the sexy saxophone player that's on Lost Boys. I'm going to put that one out there. But if you want to send me music, you know where to send it. CelticRain777 at gmail.com. There's some gorgeous music coming your way. You guys ready? I know. So am I. Here we go.
Sitting in the darkness when I'm waiting for the sun. Shadows they haunting me. Ain't gonna get up and run. Gonna give me something today, like I gotta have a reason why. Just like yesterday, gonna give it just a little try. Well, don't know where you came from, but I know where you've been. Well, I'm not angry. Wish you could your acting gear. Kicking back again now. Well, another losing heart. Working out since it wins. Would you hear them grunts? Gonna give me something today, like I gotta have a reason why. Just like yesterday, gonna give it just a little try. Well, don't know where you came from, but I know where you've been. I know where you've been. I'm not angry. Wish you get your acting gear. Come on, give it again, trouble. Heading to my tree stand, yeah, it's gonna be my night. Creeping by the river, well, such a beautiful sight. Sitting here patient like a body in a tomb. See the rain on the ridge, I call the wind, it's so, so smooth. Don't know where you came from, I know where you've been. Well, I'm not angry. Wish you could your acting gear. Sitting in the sunshine when I'm waiting for the night. Hear the guy who's screaming, man, how they got you inside. 12 points shows his face. I drew back and grinned. Red fly straight, fast and smooth. Dropped aside my 10-yard field. I know where you came from, and I know where you've been. Well, I'm not angry. Just wish you get your
jettisoned the cargo, and fish must be drunk as hell. The storm glass explodes under pressure, and our balance is on the run. The situation's getting critical, and this battle just cannot be won.
Dear Jesus, first off I love you. You have called and chosen me. Thank you for knowing what I need and always looking out for me. There's so much that I don't understand, and so much you've laid in front of me. But I give you my mind and will. Do what you please. Won't you build in me a fortress? Create in me a love that lasts a lifetime. Eternity seems like forever. So show me your love. There's virtuous people around me. You have placed them in my life to show me and teach me Jesus. And when impacts my life. They help build in me a fortress, create in me a love that lasts a lifetime. Eternity seems like forever. So show me your love. And one day I know that you will build in me your kingdom. But till then, just keep on, and I will give you my life. Oh, won't you build in me a fortress, create in me a love that lasts a lifetime. Eternity seems like forever. So show me your love. Your humble servant. P.S. I love you.
So yeah, I wrote that so many years ago. I was such a baby when I wrote that. It's amazing to look back on the songs you wrote when you were younger and just be like, oh my gosh, that was so long ago. And at the same time, sometimes they still touch your heart. Still really just touch who you are. And I think we should always look back at who we were before and marvel, number one, at how far we've come. Sometimes you walk through life and you're like, oh my God, I'm not getting anywhere. But if you look back, a lot of times you'll see, oh my gosh, I've come so far. I've come so far, really. Yeah. So, but hey, we have our guest of the evening on, and I'm pretty sure he can speak about that for sure. Coming
I'm
so
supposed to
far.
follow that? Like, that's like I might as well just quit now. Like, cause that's like, that was like, it's just, I can't top that.
It's the saxophone, isn't it? It's the saxophone.
Yeah, man, I can't even get close to that. Wow.
There you go. There you go. So you're in Texas now, and you came from Kentucky. That's a long way. That's a long
Louisville,
way.
Kentucky.
So why did you move to Texas again?
Well, the job here is my in my educational specialty. I went to grad school for what I do now. I'm a scientist with the Army Corps of Engineers. I deal with urban and coastal flooding is my day job.
Wow.
There's a lot of flooding down here in Houston. Tons
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I haven't had a hurricane in a minute, but hopefully, hopefully we won't get any serious.
So are you one of those people who's like praying for a hurricane? Come on, I'm waiting for it already. What's wrong with you?
When I lived in Louisville, I would get so giddy over storms. It'd be like a storm comes in, it's gonna flood. Ooh, flooding! Yay! Because you can't do flooding research without flooding. And so I would be like, I hope it floods, and people would be like, what? People like
what's
gonna lose
wrong
stuff.
with you?
Like, yeah, but that's kind of
Yeah, well, we all have our thing.
I want a hurricane, but I don't want a hurricane.
No, well, that's the thing. Yeah, you want to be able to study it, but you don't want to die. Death is a bad. Death is just, it's overrated. I'm just saying, it's just way overrated. So it is what it is. Absolutely. Oh, I'm knocking my guitar. That was my guitar singing to you. Needless to say, so that obviously is your day job.
Yes.
I'm like, so do you just get to do music? Obviously not.
No.
You are a scientist.
Unfortunately, it doesn't quite pay. I mean, science doesn't really pay either, but it pays a little bit better than music. But I didn't get into the sciences for the money, obviously. Being a musician, you kind of don't do that for the money either. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But between the two, I can itch enough just to get by.
Nice. So so your science and music to be completely honest, there's a lot of scientists that are musicians. It uses some of the same parts of the brain, so
It's
it's
very
totally
common. It's
understandable.
very, very common.
Very common. So yeah, that makes sense that would be hand in hand for you. I know for my husband, he's very clinical minded, so um uh his music tends to be very technical, and he's a computer guy, so it's all technical.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have some people. David goes, there's so much flooding in Texas that Stevie Ray Vaughan wrote a song about it.
That is
That is
that
true.
is not
That is
there.
so
There are
true.
small local bands here that write songs about flooding. So yeah, there's not a shocker there.
No.
I haven't personally written anything. I try to keep those two separate. It just
Oh,
would be
no?
something weird about writing a song about flooding or water.
You
It
should.
would just be that'd
You
be kind of
should.
weird.
So
Try to keep them separated.
if anybody who knows all the stuff about it, you could totally do that. Like, it could be a hilarious thing. It could be your thing.
It's really
You're the
dry.
water guy. You're the
Really,
water
really
guy.
dry. Really dry subject. Really dry.
I know. Do you know who Tom Lear is?
Oh, the name sounds familiar.
So me and my husband do a show, and we do a lot of Tom Lear songs when we do this specific show called The Lute and the Lady. And he does a lot of, he's from like the 40s and 50s, needless to say. And he was played a lot on Dr. Demento.
That's okay. That's
yeah.
Because a couple songs back, I was starting to get this Dr. Demento vibe from your show, and I'm thinking, I feel like I'm on Dr. Demento, but the songs aren't supposed to be funny. They're not funny.
They're just hilarious.
Kind of had that kind of vibe going.
Yes, totally hilarious. So he was a scientist as well, who wrote music as well, and he wrote the periodic table song. I'm just saying, he's the scientist who wrote music. You could be the scientist who wrote music as well. The water guy.
Yeah, the water guy. There's.
It'll be great.
I'll pass that off to one of my colleagues. Maybe one of my colleagues can take on that endeavor.
So we have another question. Is he an Astros fan?
Who?
Are you an Astros fan?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, obviously it's a Texas thing. I don't know who the Astros are either. I'm thinking they're basketball. But
yeah,
I'm
really bad at sporty ball.
I'm a horrible sports person, and people are going to be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry."
I would wear a U of L. I did grad school at U of L, and I would wear the U of L polo or something, and be down here, and some people would come up and be like, "Oh, did you hear about so and so? And the coach is going to have so and so do so and so." It's like, I have no idea who you're talking about. Well, U of L. It's like, oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Sorry, I wore the shirt, and now you have a conversation started with me that I cannot complete. Yes, I absolutely understand.
I went there. That's my alma mater. That's why I'm wearing it.
Right. So when you're writing music, what's your process? How do you start? How does it come to fruition?
Of all the questions that I thought you were going to ask, I was hoping this one you weren't going to ask, because I have no method. Like, every song is so different from the next on what starts first. Sometimes it's a guitar riff, sometimes it's a drum loop or a drum pattern, or I get a vocal melody stuck in my head or something, and it kind of manifests from there, and it just kind of slap it together with, like, if I can fix it with duct tape kind of thing, and hopefully it gets to the finish line. Some do, some don't, but it's okay.
So once you've had that, whatever the thing that is that inspires you, you've slapped it on, and so you put it inside of your program, and I'm assuming, like, because you're obviously, I see all the stuff behind you, you're a very technical guy. So tell us about the technical side of it. what's your process in that point once you've gotten it?
I try to approach it, even though I'm doing a lot of I have a hybrid recording studio. I try to record as if like back in the day with a tape machine. I try to get all of the structure and all the parts of the song together in orchestrated and that way. And then I kind of go through the process of mixing and tweaking and focusing on how it sounds.
Nice.
Because for far too long, when I would try to build the song and mix it as I go, it would always turn out to be just a total mess. And I'd never finish a song. So it just kind of, I have to do this part and then the next stage and not go back. Once I recorded a vocal or a guitar part,
it's done.
It's done. Like, I'm not going to go back and re-record it because I could re-record stuff ad nauseum and then I never get anything done.
Yeah, right. The perfectionist in you is like, dude, no, we got to stop. We got to stop here. If not, it's never ending. It's never ending. Yeah, I get that completely. You're like, so this piece is not finished, and I record music, I write music, and I paint. And so a lot of times I'll look at my paintings and I'm like, but it's not done. But it has to be done. You've been working on it for forever. It's done. The freaking thing is done. There's no more you can add to this. And that's the same way with music sometimes. Like, there's no more you can add to this.
I really admire the artists that paint, because there's like, when you do that, like, there's no hiding anything with mixing audio and songs. I can hide imperfections. I can hide stuff that sounds a little off, but with painting, it's like, nope, there it is.
There it is. You can hide it a little just because you can like layer over it a little, but no, there's not much hiding. Yeah. So, we do have an answer to our Astros question. Astros are in the World Series. Oh, good to know. It's baseball World Series. A lot of Houston folks are very big on them. Oh, well, there you go. So needless to say, baseball people, Astros are
I probably have people from Houston going, what? You don't know who the Astros are? Like,
I know, they're like,
ball
we
person.
hate you now.
I'm busy dealing with water. Trying to save lives.
He's the water guy, people. He's the water guy. He doesn't write music about it, but he is the water guy. That's right. It is what it is. Okay.
Either get me paying attention to the Astros or you get me doing water. One or the other. I
think I'd rather you save the world. It'll be okay. Yeah. So we're gonna listen to a song called Denied. Tell me about Denied.
Denied. Oh, that's another mental health song. Kind of getting my head on straight, and kind of the very end of the pandemic. Wow. Yeah, I think I have a couple songs that were I think there's a lot of songwriters that wrote a lot of songs during the pandemic.
We all wrote so much music during pandemic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, this is another really good one. But this one is kind of after the pandemic's over. We were out free to move about down here in Texas. And it was pretty abrupt. That it was, okay, you guys are free, go. And it was kind of like, going out to the grocery store that first time after lockdown, it's kind of like, this is kind of terrifying.
Yes, it was terrifying. So, I remember looking at a lady's kid and saying, don't get close to me. I was like, keep your hands to yourself, kid. Not nice. I was so not nice. I was like,
the whole mask thing, it's just being on the spectrum, being on the autistic spectrum. I don't like things on my face. I don't like things touching my face. So that was tough going out. So yeah, it's like, I think I'm going to refrain from going to the store. I just don't like stuff on my face.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, we're going to listen to Denied. Have a little bit more dancing. Have a little bit more fun. Cool? All right. Sounds great. All right, guys. So we are going to listen to Denied by a Motionless Parodox. And then Give Me a Chance by Ken Fitz. And then we have New Graveyard Blues by Philadelphia Phil. Gotta love Phil. Phil's so awesome. Needless to say, some great music coming your way. You guys ready? Okay. Here we go.
Give me a chance to say I love you. Give me a chance to prove that I do. Give me a price, I'll pay any cost. The time is all we've lost. Tell me that there's another at home, better than any you've ever known. Give me a chance to sing you this song. I think you'll find you're wrong. You say that you've loved him for a long time, and that you would be way out of line if you went out with me tonight. It just would not be right. Give me a chance to say I love you. Give me a chance to prove that I do. Give me a price, I'll pay any cost. The time is all we've lost. Every day down at the seashore it seems, it feels like I'm watching the girl of my dreams. I just can't shake the feeling inside every time I see you smile. Now that the summer has come to a close, I guess I'll just go and leave you alone. I guess you just could never perceive the way it ought to be. Hello Marie, it's been quite a while since I last saw your beautiful smile. Hey, then don't you start to cry. It's written in your eyes. Give me a chance to say I love you. Give me a chance to prove that I do. Give me a price, I'll pay any cost. The time is all we've lost. Give me a chance to say I love you. Give me a chance to prove that I do. Give me a price, I'll pay any cost. The time is all we've lost.
Go down to the graveyard, shovel and a spade. Dig me a deep hole, mama, I'm gonna lay. Gonna take this old guitar down a railroad track, find me a southbound mama, ain't coming back.
Then I'm going to St. Louis. Bankroll in my hand. Find me a good loving woman. I'm a hard loving man. Gonna take that long walk, sit back in that killing chair, smile up at the water like I don't even care. Then I'm going to find Jesus with that smile on my face. Gonna stroll around heaven like I own the place. Go down to the graveyard, shovel and a spade. Dig me a deep hole, mama, I'm gonna lay.
I love me some Philadelphia Phil. He is such an amazing musician. I have played with him for years. Just a great, great, great guy. Needless to say, uh, uh, our our paths are, let's see, our he has a show at the same time that our band has a show now. So I haven't had the privilege of playing with him for a while, but used to love doing duets with him and just having the best time with him. He's got a great sound. But hey, we have our guest of the hour back. Hey, hey, hey. Yes, yes. All the way from Texas, the Waterman. A motionless paradox. Needless to say. So, where can people find your music, my dear?
On the usual streaming services, Spotify, YouTube, the usual places.
Nice, nice. I know that you do have a Facebook page. You have facebook.com/motionless paradox. That's AMOTIONLESSPARADOX. For those who are listening, in
That is a mouthful.
that is a mouthful.
It wasn't intentional.
Hey, it spells emotionless paradox. There you go.
The acronym is AMP. I love putting it in like AMP. Yeah, that makes it so easy. But it's like, yeah, it's
yes.
That
but
really
do not look up AMP on Facebook. You will
No,
not
don't do
find
that.
them.
It's
You will find
another one I
other-
would get is people confuse it with emotional paradox, which I think that's different.
Yes.
Uh,
Motionless, meaning there's no motion. That's always
yes.
good. Yes, yes.
It comes out of when I first started that kind of when I started the music for that band. A lot of times I would go to some of the clubs that play the dark wave, the goth stuff,
Oh yeah.
and I don't get out on the dance floor. Love the music, and I would sit and kind of just bask and enjoy the music and the environment and stuff. And but I could never get out on the dance floor, so that was
Mm,
kind of this motionless paradox where it's like I
got it.
want to get out on the dance floor, but it's just like nah, I'm
You're
good.
just like, yeah, that's not going to
I'm
happen.
good. I'm good.
I'm the total opposite. I'm the girl on the dance floor that doesn't stop until they kick you off. That's me. Yeah. So, yeah, I am total opposite. So, I will dance for you. That's what I'm saying here. Yeah.
That works for me.
All of the dancing can happen through Rebecca.
Always use a stunt double.
Always use a stunt double because yes, you're you're only as young as your stunt double. Right. I'm just saying. Needless to say. So what's next for you? Are you writing music? Are
Um,
you what's
well,
going on with you?
currently I collaborated on a album that's coming out this Friday. Juan Black is putting
Yes.
out an album called Frequencies, which I collaborated with Tim on that album. You
Nice. We've
guys got
had
to
one
check
on the
this stuff
show,
out.
so
Good
that's awesome.
stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Great guy. To love working with him.
He is a great guy.
Also, some other stuff in the future. I'm working with a another singer. Her name is Kimberly of Bow Ever Down. It's another
Oh,
really
Bow
great
Ever Down.
artist.
Yeah, that's a great group. Yeah, we play their
Uh,
stuff too.
love working with her. She's phenomenal, very professional.
Yes.
They got some stuff. I'm working with her. And then I have another project called Artificial Zero, and I'm kind of working on material for that stuff. That's more industrial rock.
Nice.
So yeah, I got some stuff in the work, but nothing officially coming out.
Yeah. Hey, collaboration is always a beautiful thing. And two of those groups we play on this show. So, it's a beautiful situation. I'm like, it's been hilarious. It's been about 2 years now for this show, and I have collected some beautiful musicians throughout the years and interviewed people in 8 different countries, which is crazy to think about, but really amazing. And I love I love collaborating with other musicians. It's probably one of the most rewarding experiences of a musician's life, I believe. If you can get over your own ego and just realize that you're better together, it's so amazing.
No,
So
it is.
amazing.
I so much prefer working with other people than I could sit and do everything myself. I can demonstrate that, but it's just to me it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have that
No, it's
emotion
not.
and power in it that it
Yeah,
just I'd rather
yeah.
work with people with other people.
I agree. I agree so much. Well, we are going to listen to some more music, and you're going to dance a little bit more with us. We're going to have a great time, great time. But I have had a blast having you on the show. Thank you so
Well,
much
thank
for
you.
being here. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for
It's
having me on.
it's always fun getting to know the artists that we play and letting people just fall in love with them. So thank you so much for being here. Again, we're gonna do a little more dancing, and then we'll say goodnight for the evening. Sound great?
Works for me.
All right. Well, you guys, we do have a couple more songs. We have Love and Light by Dylan Wombler. And then we have I'm never gonna say this right. Mana. Okay, I'm just gonna put this up and you guys can see this. It is Manahana's Jig. I am never saying that right. Manahana. Jesus help us all. Take the wheel. Manahana's Jig by Selkie Girls. And then we have Winter Memory by Ohikatha. Ohikatha, I don't know if you guys remember Ohikatha. Ohikatha was together for quite a while, and then their lead singer lived in Florida, and during the pandemic he got COVID and died from COVID. Amazing man. So you'll see his face with Ohikatha. Sweet, sweet guy. But needless to say, we're going to play a song called Winter Memory by Ohikata. And then we're going to listen to Medusa Redux by Darwin Prophet. Darwin Prophet is, she has my heart. Like, I want to be her when I grow up. Darwin, I want to be you when I grow up. I love you, woman. She's so freaking awesome. Needless to say, some great, great music coming your way. You guys ready? Here we go. It's our last set of the night. Yeah.
time so long ago. The picture painted in my mind is one of frost and snow. Times were hard, the days were long, they left me very worn. And I often thought I was being smart, and then would come the scorn. I'd pray for strength, I'd pray for change to keep with the hectic pace. I'd look for answers inside myself to maintain a saving grace. The day would end and I'd be home, home with a heavy heart. And all the time of moving forth, I found myself back at start. Millions of people pass me by every single day. I looked up to see someone, but they all just look away. The cold wind now comes down my back and chills me to my core. Now I feel I've reached the end and I can't take any more. The snow would blow across the shore, and was I what I seem? Did I know who I really was as I was following a dream? I see her face in bright detail as if it were yesterday. I hear her words now haunt again, the ones she had to say. Please forgive what I'm about to say, but it's something that you must hear. I look around this entire world and it's you that I most fear. I want for us to unite as one, it's more than I can bear. I know my heart died long ago and I cannot make myself care. Millions of people pass me by every single day. I looked up to see someone, but they all just looked away. The cold wind now goes down my back and chills me to my core. Now I feel I've reached the end and I can't take any more. believe. You're too simple to be deceived. You're too vulnerable to believe in anything but what you see. I didn't mean what I mean is I didn't mean to pretend I meant anything but what I said. To the mirror, I fell victim of vanity, and I gotta say, sweet binge. No one sheds a tear for Medusa. You were beautiful then, jealousy betrayed you, and all of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you turned to stone. I carried you when you stumbled. To tell the truth, I was troubled. You carried me when I crumbled, but I was anything but humble. I didn't mean what I mean is I didn't mean to pretend that I meant anything but what I said. To the mirror, I fell victim of vanity, and I gotta say, sweet binge. No one sheds a tear for Medusa. You beautiful then, jealousy betrayed you, and all of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you turned to stone. Wasn't mean what I mean is I didn't mean to hurt you, but I meant everything that I said. To the mirror, I fell victim of vanity, and I gotta say, sweet binge. No one sheds a tear for Medusa. You were beautiful then, jealousy betrayed you, and all of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you turned to stone. All of the hearts that love you.
I'm telling you, Darwin's Prophet, she's freaking amazing, man. I'm just saying. Freaking amazing. Well, you guys, it has been an amazing show. Thank you so much for being on with us. It was awesome.
Thank
was
you
awesome.
for having me.
Yeah. I love getting to know the people. And if people don't know already, I have this is Sylvia. Sylvia, yay. I like spiders. Actually even have like there's a guy who's our bug guy, and in my paperwork it says do not kill her spiders. Like literally, it's hilarious. And I keep going between either Fred or George, or like he needs like just a basic, like, Sylvia and like George. You know, I call you George and I kiss you and love you. And what was it? the big thing was like, I'll call you George. Needless to say. So so great show tonight. Loved it all. Please tell us when you have new music. Send it our way and we'll play all of it, believe me. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
We should do this again sometime.
I agree. We should do this again. Kaylee Rain even believes so. We should do this again. You are listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show. If you have music to send me, you can send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist. And hey, family friendly, meaning just don't curse, don't make fun of people. It's just not nice. Just be nice, be nice. And then you can go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. Like and subscribe so you know when we're going to come on. That way you can be a part of the Celtic Rain Radio Show family. I'm just saying, you are listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We thank you so much. We say thank you and good night. Bye.